Yeah. You know it? Freebirds! Yeah. Going all the way, all the way. Watch how these pieces get moving like Hasbro. You know ain't no con in these raps, so I'm trying to be calm when it comes to the cash flow. You know talking till I die from the city we ride, no matter the outcome. You know when you out watch your mouth in the jungle, a lot of them never escape from. Agent J when I bait some, 28 in my bag like I'm Freddie T. Agent K when I'm holding the city down, blocking all of the haters like Tony B. It's our year every year, if you quoting me, we gon' see on the field. They know the county, I scream it wherever I go. When I bleed, I just see black and teal. Feel like Brunel when the plays is in action. Every line that I flow always solid, that mean I ain't worried about pockets collapsing. He may go all the way, running the S's and O's, gotta love how it happens. You ain't part of the gang, I ain't gotta explain why we ain't got no room on the wagon. MIT is the Army, the Navy, the greatest is Jimmy and Keenan, the ultimate package. Ooh, never can care how you feel. You are now in the mix with the men and teal. Nothing but facts inside these conversations. Keep it 100, the law of the nation. With all the smoke, we can meet at the bank. You know the location. Executing the play when the ball cross the plane, that's the game. Hit my little celebration. Then all I can hear is them saying, yeah. Then all I can hear is them saying, yeah. All I can hear is them saying, ooh. You know it? Yeah. Freebirds.
Welcome to the Minute Till Podcast. I am your host, Agent J, and as always, rocking with my main man, J to the I to the M-B-O.
And
you are now in the mix with the men and teal.
Yes, sir. Jay.
J-I.M.B.O.
Happy Minute Till Thursday on a Wednesday. How you feeling?
It is Minute Till Thursday on a Wednesday.
On a Wednesday.
The best day of the week moved up one, like
it came a day earlier.
What could be better than that?
What could be other than actual live Jags football? I have no idea.
Not much, right?
Not much, man. Bro, appreciate you being here tonight, Jay, because you're doing me a favor. Appreciate everybody on the socials, everybody in the chat, on YouTube, on Facebook, on X, on Twitch, man. We appreciate everybody for showing up and showing out, man. Please make sure to put your Duvals in the chat, man, and do us that favor. Hit that like, hit that subscribe, hit that share, hit that follow, man. Get this out to other Jaguar fans because y'all already know we keep it real and we keep it teal. Jay, training camp, bro. They put the pads on. They out here thumping. And now they're getting tired of thumping against each other. And they heading to New Orleans for the joint practice with the New Orleans Saints and to play a game on Saturday at 4 p.m. How you feeling?
Hey, bro. They get to go third, man. It's time to go see what the middle and bottom of this roster look like, man. I mean, nothing too much, I think, to look at it. Just you're looking at depth. This week you're just watching depth. So let's go see some of these young guys go knock some heads loose.
Right. Excited to see Travis Etienne, number 3 now with the New Orleans Saints.
Yeah, his ass, he gonna get thudded up tomorrow. They're still not hit. They're not because they're not hitting in practice.
No, they're gonna thud. Try to protect each other. Try not to take people to the ground. Yeah. But hey, man, before we get into that, we got Marcel in the chat. Yo. Yes, sir. Says, even though it's preseason, I'm still excited. Yeah, bro, you gotta be excited to finally see these guys be in full gear out there on a football field playing against another team. Bro, you gotta be excited. I understand it's preseason. You know what I'm saying? I understand that we're gonna watch a bunch of guys that are probably gonna be working at UPS by the end of by week 1 of the regular season. But at the end of the day, it's still guys that are trying to go out there and represent our Jacksonville Jaguars, bro. So you got to appreciate that. Oh, we got Jags realist, our boy Hugh Hendricks in the chat. Yo, what it do? What it do, player? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. But Jay, let's rewind the clock a little bit, man. Let's go back to early in the week. Deep offenses had their days, defenses had their days. If I had to score it, I would say the defense is coming out on top, and things are getting a little chippy. That's not saying the offense didn't do some good things. Trevor Lawrence has looked good. Obviously, Parker Washington's out there doing his thing. Jacoby Myers, BTJ, Brent Strange, C-Rod, Bashal 2 and LaQuint Allen. Just basically all your skill players have looked good and had consistent flashes in training camp. Got to really appreciate that. This is way different from when we watched training camp last year. Obviously, the focal point was on Travis because he was our high draft pick last year. This year it really doesn't feel like that. It feels like that it's really centered around the team as a whole, and it's good on good and strength on strength. But the reason I say the defense is,
I was gonna say it hasn't been focused on Travis, but his ass. Everybody's been looking good out there, but he just keeps popping every time you look up, he's doing something.
Yeah.
Like, bro, that interception was crazy.
Yeah.
Like he came out of nowhere. There was
yeah.
He came out of nowhere.
And the crazy thing about that is that was like, if that was a real game, that was probably a sack by Dennis Gardeck.
Yeah.
So the ball doesn't even get, but regardless, this is what I say. I say that regardless a play was made, right? Especially when it's our team. Like, I'm not gonna be upset when Trevor Lawrence throws a pick, which he hasn't thrown that many. If I'm keeping track correctly, there's 4 picks that I know of since they've been in training camp. 2 by Eric Murray, 1 by Antonio Johnson, and 1 by Travis Hunter. So I think that he's thrown way more touchdowns than picks during camp. So, and I know that some of those throws, he's really just trying something. Like you could tell that's not really the throw that he was going to do. But it was like, hey, can I fit this in this window? Now, there's an argument to be made that there could at least be 3 more, and they just weren't caught by the defense. But I think all in all, both sides of the ball has been getting in good work. But the reason I said that the defense had gotten the better of them is, I believe it was at yesterday's practice, bro. It got real chippy. Parker Washington got into it with Jabbar Muhammad. And God, who was the other fight? I feel like it was one of the. It was DJ Dallas. I feel like it was one of the linebackers. I feel like it was like Jalen McLeod and DJ Dallas. I can't really remember, but yeah, man. I think when the fights start to happen, that's when you know, okay, it's time to go. Hey, we got to put our attention on somebody else. We got to put our attention on another opponent that doesn't wear the same uniform as we do. And that's what's going to be good about these joint practices is these guys are going to get all their frustration and all their anger, and they're going to be able to take it out on this opposing team. Now, they're going to do it in a controlled environment. They're going to try to be safe with it because at the end of the day, we want to come out of this healthy. And for the most part, I would say, Jay, that we're getting through camp relatively healthy. Now, there are some concerns on the offensive line. I tweeted out on, what was that, Monday's practice? I think it was Monday's practice. I tweeted out that I did not like. Now, Monday was an offensive day. Offense was lighting their ass up. But I didn't like, especially in the running game, how much Ezra Cleveland was on the ground and looked like he had trouble getting up. Robert Hainsey was on the ground a couple times. He looked like he was having trouble getting up. And then on that pick that Jay mentioned by Travis Hunter, Jarian Jones got smacked, and it looked like he got up, got off the field, went over to the trainers. He did eventually come back, but you can just tell that he was in pain. Like he was one of the first people to take his pads off and everything. But he still did like his group push-ups and all that other stuff with the team. So I'm fairly certain that he's okay or going to be okay. No injury list has come out yet. But Jarian, along with the other starters, obviously will not be playing at Sunday's game. Jay, I am going to, since we're talking about starters and who will and won't be playing, the Jaguars have posted their schedule, and I want to bring it up. I said schedule. Excuse me. I meant their roster.
Yeah, the depth chart.
Yep, the depth chart. All right. I got it ready. Here we go. Let's go. So first interesting thing I see is if you look all the way at the top, Parker Washington slotted in where most would assume the X receiver or your number one receiver's going. I think that's big. I think that's big. I think that's huge. I think that that shows we know that the team has faith in Parker, but I think that shows, if you don't think he's getting a new deal, this depth chart is kind of telling a different story. Other interesting is our boy Anton in there at left tackle. Now, obviously, Cole Van Lanen is on the PUP list, so he's not even on the roster. But when he comes back, there might be a change. But, bro, they've said, for the most part, Anton's been looking pretty good at left tackle. How are you feeling about him over there playing left tackle?
I mean, his first day at tackle was my first day going to camp. So, at left tackle. So, I'm like, it looked good at all the times I saw it.
Right.
And they said nobody's beat him on in one-on-ones, right?
Well, no, on one-on-ones, he got beat a couple times. And I would say all the linemen have kind of gotten beaten, especially when I'm talking about, the defense kind of kicking the offense ass a little bit yesterday. But for the most part, those guys have been looking good. Now they've been having to shuffle. Patrick McCarry hasn't been practicing, and so obviously, along with the rest of the starters, we're not going to see him preseason. Guys, I'm be honest with you. I wouldn't expect to see any of the starters in any of the preseason games this year, like preseason game 2 or preseason game 3. I think that Liam wants to keep it as controlled as possible and reduce the percentile of injury. And I just think that, if it's absolutely not necessary, just don't put him out there. And I kind of agree with that. What about you, Jay?
You said, yeah.
Just talking about not having the starters out there really any this preseason. Let them get all their work in the joint practices.
Yeah, I don't think it's not necessary.
Right.
Selfishly, I would say you want to see at least next week, just because I'll be there. But I'm fine without seeing Trevor Lawrence in the preseason.
Right. You personally will get to see them do the joint practice against the Carolina Panthers.
Yeah.
Get to see Devin Lloyd in a different jersey. But for you, is there any surprises on the roster?
Not yet. No. There'll be people that'll surprise me if they make the roster, but right now, no, everything's still on par.
Right, and we'll get and that's a good question. We're going to get to that in a second. I'm going to tell you what really surprised me. At the bottom, they have kick returner. Kick returner is Bashal Tootin and LaQuinn Allen. I was very surprised about that. I 100,000% believe that Josh Cameron should and would be in that role.
Yeah.
And the fact that he's not even listed down there is kind of concerning. But he is the number 2 behind Parker Washington. And they have Parker listed at punt returner as well. And again, I think Parker is dynamic in what he does in punt return. But I just feel like if we're looking for a bigger expanded role, maybe it's the Travis Hunter of both sides of the ball argument. You know, maybe I'm being a hypocrite. I don't know. But I just feel like something like special teams, it may be too much of a risk to have it, no matter how explosive he is back there. You know, it'd be one thing if he was Devin Hester. You know what I'm saying? Devin Hester wasn't your ex receiver. He wasn't one of your starting receivers. But his role on offense is going to expand, and he's going to be out there day one. So, you know, I'm sure for the preseason games we're going to see like Josh Cameron back there, probably Austin Trammell, DJ Dallas, the usual suspects from last year, and then, like I said, a guy like Josh. But yeah, I like how both the rookies, even CJ Williams is behind Jacoby as Jacoby's immediate backup. On defense, what do you think about Matt Dickerson being ahead of Rook Ororo?
I mean, I listened to the but the Coach Camp interview earlier.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, he just said that Matt has gone from even from the end of last year to right now, they just feel like he's getting it more and is, I mean, just kind of flourishing in his role.
Right. Yeah, no, they have very, very high praise for Matt Dickerson. And maybe I feel the way I do is because like I've seen Rook Ororo wreak havoc out there on the practice field. Yeah. Now, Coach Cohen said something at one of his interviews where he was like, "Look, they can look great at practice, but we need to see it. We need to see it applied,
live bodies,
in live action against another team. Let's see how you do when it's somebody else fighting for a job in a roster spot." So I can totally see that, bro. I'm expecting. I expect Nick Mullins to play, but the way Coach was talking, like Carter, it was going to be the Carter Bradley and Joey Aguilera show.
Yeah.
Excuse me, Aguilar. I call him Aguilera. That's crazy.
He's not a genie in the bottle, bro.
Not a genie in the bottle. I mean, bro, what? I'm gonna go ahead and take this down. What do you on Sunday's game? What is it that you're really looking for? I'm sorry, Saturday's game. What are you really looking for, bro?
To be on the big screen. To be on the big screen just like that, I guess.
No, I mean, like from the team, like what are you looking?
Yes,
Win, lose, or draw?
I understand the question. I was making a joke because I was on the big screen just now.
I got you.
But I mean, health. I mean, what guys are go. I just want to see people hitting. Like I said, winning doesn't. I would rather lose all of these games. I'm not a. I'm. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck about. I mean, we want to be winning at everything, but
Right.
the preseason doesn't. It doesn't mean anything. But what means is if we're going out there and executing, and our backups aren't better than their backups. You know what I'm saying? I can live with that. But if we're not executing and it's sloppy, then that's what I have an issue with.
No, 100%. No, I agree with you. I want to see now. Before I say that, it's probably going to be pretty vanilla. Would you agree with that?
Yeah. I mean, they were pretty vanilla all last year too. So, I mean, it might be some stuff from last year, but it won't be none of the new stuff. I mean, it'll be, I think, exactly what they did last year in the preseason.
Right. Grant is going to be calling. He's going to be calling plays.
Mm-hmm.
And look, man, you want that. He was a head coaching candidate. So you want to be able to give him that experience to be in a live game setting and call the plays. So I don't have a problem with it, especially again, like Liam's still going to be the head coach, and at least he's not going to hide who's calling plays. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter who's calling plays. Well, yeah, it does actually matter because Andy Reid, Eric Bieniemy is cool and all, but Andy Reid's calling the motherfucking plays because Andy Reid is seeing the game flow the way he sees it, and he's adjusting to it on the fly. Sean McVay sees the game flow as he sees it, and he adjusts to it on the fly. Those type of coaches can get their team to the Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
Those kind of coaches can full on take responsibility for what's happening on that field at the end of the day. And I think we've said this before. It also helps that you have a coach that obviously doesn't hate his quarterback.
That always helps.
That always helps. Yeah, bro. I just want to see. I want to see clean. I want to see little to no penalties. Right. I don't want to see all the false starts or the illegal motions. Basically, all the stuff that was kind of biting us in the beginning of last year. If the backups can go in there and do it and not get penalized, then I have to have complete faith that the offense will be able to mirror that. Like the starters should be able to mirror that. And I want to see the young guys. I want to see the young pass rushers. I want to see Wesley Williams. I want to see Zach Durfee. I want to see Parker Hughes out there. I want to see Jalen McLeod. And now a little selfishly, Jay, you were talking about being selfish earlier. I kind of want to see Caleb Ransall. We haven't got to see a lick of Caleb Ransall play football as a Jacksonville Jaguar.
Mm-mm.
So I personally would like to see him out there. I feel like he probably won't be out there, but a guy like Jalen McLeod, Jalen's probably going to be out there. the linebackers that they signed, Tavi and Bernie from Florida played with Ventrell.
Yeah.
Justin, is it Justin Bernie?
Yeah.
I think. Let me see. I'm googling him.
You are now in the mix with the man and Teal.
Let me see.
MIT is the Army, the Navy, the greatest is Jimmy and Keenan, the ultimate package. Ooh.
Oh, Amari Bernie. And Jay said, bro, we just talked about Kenny Lovely.
Kanai Lovely.
Thank you. We just talked about Kanai Lovely, and then he gets.
You see how easy it is to mess up somebody's name when you actually, even though you know how to say it.
Well, no, I thought it was because I've always said Kenny H. Lovely.
I've
always said that.
I know, but
and then you just told me that you don't pronounce the H.
So look, remember on Sunday I was like, damn, bro, Kanai, it's not Kanai H. Lovely, it's Kanai Lovely.
Oh, I thought you said it was Kenny.
And then today, I was like, yeah, damn, bro, we were talking about Kanai Lovely, and now he's out of here. First JP, then Kanai.
Yeah, man.
So I've said it. You said it the right way earlier, and then just now.
Oh, I don't know.
If you ask, that's why. That's even though that's off air, but
right.
That's what I was talking about. I'm like, sometimes people mess up people's names. It's like it don't be on no kind of purpose, and it don't be intentional at all.
Sometimes it do be intentional.
It can be.
Yes.
I hear you mispronounce a lot of people's names.
Yeah, but that's because I can't pronounce people's names a lot of times. That just, I am very bad with names.
So think about it. All the people in the world, you think you're the only person that's that bad with names?
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. But for what we were talking about, I know that person knows how to say that person's name, and I felt like it was intentional that they were doing that. But Chase in the building, he says Cole was talking about right tackle in college. Anton was left, so it should be more natural. I don't disagree with it. Matter of fact, when Cole Van Lanen was in at right tackle for when Anton Harrison, when his back was, spazzing up on him last year, he played really, I think that was the start of him making his way down the line until he made his way to left tackle. And he played well, but I think right tackle is where he played the best. And then when Anton came back, he was just our best option at left. Chase comes back and says, yeah, what happened when Doug stopped calling plays? It matters. Absolutely, bro.
Look, Anton looking at it too, like, bro, y'all keep trying me, bro. Y'all keep bringing in these sorry mother. Like, bitch, I can play left tackle, bro. Y'all keep bringing in these fucking trash bags over here, bro. I got it.
I mean, so, okay. Again, Anton's not their pick.
Yeah, neither.
When they get there, Anton is a right tackle. Yeah. And when they get there, they're having to push Anton because they're like,
that's fine. I'm saying he can feel tried. I just feel like he probably feel tried. Y'all gonna keep Walker Little in here, and like, bro, that's not good play over there, bro. Like, I feel tried for him because every option at left tackle, them boys is trash to me.
Wait, you think Cole is trash?
Yeah, go put the best lineman that we have, put them over there.
Yeah, but hold on. Before I need to clarify this. Are you saying you think Cole Van Lanen is trash? at left tackle? Is that what you're saying right now?
He's not a better football player. I don't think he's a better lineman than Anton Harris. And I think Anton, who is the best lineman I think we have on the team, he should be at left tackle. That's what I think.
Okay. I mean, I don't disagree with you about Anton probably being our best lineman on the team in totality, or the fact of him playing left tackle. But I mean, let's not act like he wasn't really good at right tackle. And you don't want to weaken one side just to make the other side better.
Man.
I think they have a plan in place. I think regardless, I think you're right that they're probably going to keep him at left tackle.
Priority, keep Trevor upright. If the pressure gonna come through, I need him to see where the pressure's coming from. That was the problem. That was the problem last year. The pressure wasn't coming from Anton's side. The pressure was coming from his blind side. And it was either the tackle's fault or the guard's fault or the guard and the center fault. But the left side got to get better.
Well, I mean, I would say our best athlete, and I've been saying this since he's joined the team from the Vikings, like Ezra Cleveland. Like, bro, he's really good. You know, when people are like, "Oh, Ezra Cleveland is out of here," and I kept saying, like, "Bro, what are y'all watching?"
But his ass is really
actually, if we turn on the tape from last year, undeniably, Ezra Cleveland was the best offensive lineman we had last year. Undeniably.
Yeah, we're in a season where they all were hurt, and his ass is still hurt. Ezra Cleveland's not 100%. He don't even look fucking. From what I saw, the bitch didn't even look 70%.
I mean,
he did not look good in the practices that I saw.
On the Sunday practice?
I mean,
that was the last one you saw, right? It was the Sunday practice?
He was on the ground a lot. Hainsey ass was on the ground a couple times, but Ezra was on the ground a lot. I'm like, why the fuck is he on the ground?
Well, I mean, he got rolled up. He got rolled up a couple of times, bro. Like in the pile. Like,
your ass off the fucking ground,
bro. You're an offensive lineman. You know what it's like, bro. If you get rolled up in the pile.
Well,
I feel you though.
Control your block better.
Now you ain't wrong, bro. Mo in the chat. What's good, fellas? What's good, Mo? We got Mr. Switch. Yeah. Mo says, who do y'all think the right guard should be?
I'll come see you this weekend too, Marvin.
Mo says, who do we think the right guard should be? I ain't gonna lie, bro. Jonah Monheim in at right guard looks really, really good. He looks really, really good. It's gonna be Patrick McCarry, but I think that if Patrick McCarry can't go, now, okay, I guess there is a little bit of nuance.
I want to see what Jonah does because he needs to be playing on Saturday.
Yeah, Jonah will definitely probably be playing.
So that's what I'm saying. Like I do want to see that. I do want to see, like you said, how that whatever linemen are playing on Saturday. I want to see
Jonah will probably be at center. Like if Jonah's playing on Saturday, he's probably going to be at center, and then you're probably going to see Wyatt Milam at one of the guards positions. I don't know if Pregnon is back. They sat Pregnon out Tuesday practice. He didn't practice. He had some kind of injury. But it's not an injury that's going to stop him from being at, like, they're not going to put him on IR or no shit like that. They just held him out of practice. But outside of Patrick McCarry, if we're talking about week one, Mo, if it's not Patrick McCarry, I feel like it either needs to be Jonah Monheim or Wyatt Milam, personally. They're at right guard.
Yeah.
Chase says, I think Ezra stepped on Trevor's foot once, so we said get rid of him. So now the one that stepped on his foot in the Chiefs game, that was Patrick McCarry. Patrick McCarry and Ezra actually like pancaked the fuck out of a dude to help spring Trevor when he got back up to run in for that touchdown. But you may be right. There may have been another instance where Trevor got stepped on, because I think he got stepped on at least 3 times.
You're talking about in the practice, right?
In the practice, yeah, in the practice. Like the one against the Chiefs was obviously the Monday night game, but in practice, I remember him getting stepped on at least twice, and one of them might have been Ezra Cleveland. So I don't put that past them. Mile High Jaguar, what's up, baby? He says, "Yo, J to the I to the M.B.O. Good looking going on the Duval Dive pod. You was keeping it till to the fullest, my G, repping MIT all day, every day. Man, I appreciate it, bro.
You are now in the mix with the man and Teal.
Appreciate you. I didn't even see you in the chat over there, but bro, their chat was jumping so hard. That was a good pod, man. If y'all haven't checked it out, man, go on to the Duval Dive. Travis C. Holmes, Kyle Nass, student of the game, part of the Believe Podcast Network, man. It was Duval Dive, myself, and Jason Trent, Jaguars United. Great podcast. Just talking about the rivalry, like who is the Jaguars' rival within the division. And yeah, man, you might find out that the team that you hate the most is the team that the Jags fan base hates the most. So check that out. And you can get it on all social media platforms at the Duval Dive. Marcus Matrix in the building. What up, baby? Fellas, what's good, y'all? Hit me with the switch this week. I told y'all last week, bro. I told you we probably have to have a Wednesday show because I am not going to be in the city tomorrow. And Wi-Fi connection is probably going to be iffy. Mo says, that's what I keep hearing too. Think is with Monheim. If you out him at right guard, who's your backup center? I don't know. Maybe one of the other like deeper depth linemen. I don't know, bro. That's a good question. That's a good question. I'm just saying. I saw Monheim play right guard, and he looked really good doing it. He's definitely a people mover. We got E in the building. What up? I'm going to say what up, fellas. Say what up, fellas. Let's go. All right, bro. So listen, man. Jay, do you have the video pulled up, or do you have it ready? So I don't know if you guys saw this on the social, but Chris Canty, to me, Chris Canty is in that shady Acho realm. You're muted, bro.
You never sent me the link to the clip, but I'll try to find it.
Oh, my bad, bro. It's in the bookmarks. It's in the bookmarks. If you want me to pull it up, I can.
I got it.
You got it? All right.
Yeah.
So anyway, man, so on Unsportsmanlike, and apologies because I don't know who the other dude is, but dude and Chris Canty are talking, and they're talking about the Jacksonville Jaguars, and they get on the subject of Trevor Lawrence. You got to get Jason Trent, Jaguars United, on here or I told him, like, bro, we got to do a podcast. We got to get together. We got to talk about it because our takes were firing on all cylinders. And then we started talking about Trevor and and I felt bad because I got the last word. Like, he didn't get a rebuttal, but that's because Travis was like, hey, man, I'm going to give you guys 60 seconds. So I said what I said. He said what he said. I got to fire back. He didn't get to fire back to me. So I would like to finish that conversation. But before you pull that up, because he mentioned something and I didn't get a chance to tell Jason, like, bro, we actually have that graphic. So Jason talks about this play against the Houston Texans, and Trevor has a design rollout to the right. And, you know, that's a little crude, but Jay did a really good job of the red line, which is where he threw it, goes directly to Derek Stingley, which Derek Stingley jumps up and makes the interception in the end zone. You need 1 yard for a first down. He could have made that 1 yard if he ran. But he has other places where he could have thrown the ball, as Jay has illustrated, which he did not do. This, ladies and gentlemen, is what we consider a bonehead play by Trevor Lawrence. Is that correct, Jay?
Huh?
I said this is what we consider a bonehead play by Trevor Lawrence.
Yes.
So Trevor has plenty of these. There's a play where I want to say against Cincinnati where he's running down the sideline and he just drops the football. Like, nobody's there to tackle him. Nobody's there to touch him. And he just fumbled the football. I think the football, like, he had it in one hand, and the way he was running, it hit his knee. But you can't do that, Trevor. Like, and we say shit like that. Like, Trevor, you can't do that. So, yes, does Trevor have boneheaded moments? Absolutely. But Trevor has put this team in more advantageous positions than the team has allowed him to look good and successful.
We're not going to see that level of increase because you can't have that level of increase this year. But some would say getting from 13 wins to 14 or 15 wins may be even harder in the next year. But he has been Trevor Lawrence has been the full-time starting quarterback for the Jacksonville Jaguars for 5 years. Chris Canty, Trevor Lawrence's career thus far has been
a roller coaster. We're talking about him being on his third coach and going into his 5th season. So, I mean, like, yeah, you're a little bit concerned about him being able to stabilize and be more consistent, right? The best quarterbacks in this league are guys that are reliable, guys that can elevate the talent base around them on a game-to-game, year-to-year level. And that has not been Trevor Lawrence. Now, with Liam Cohen in town, he's checked the box in terms of having a competent head coach. We thought we said that with Doug Peterson once upon a time. Turns out not to be the case. It's on Trevor Lawrence to be able to make it work in the Liam Cohen era in Duval. And so I think that's the thing that everybody is pointing to. They've put enough talent around him in order for him to be productive individually. But now it's about being able to take this franchise to where they want to go, which is the championship rounds.
Let's work in massive extremes. Right?
Go for it.
So first of all, now he does acknowledge that we thought Doug Peterson was somebody else, and then he wasn't. But before he makes that statement, he says, well, he's on his third head coach. His inconsistency is the reason why he's on his third head coach. Like, Urban Meyer wasn't a thing here. Like, Urban Meyer.
His exact words were.
It's
been a
roller coaster.
It's been a roller coaster. He's on his third head coach, which, being on your third head coach, that the roller coaster, he didn't say his play was a roller coaster. The question was, overall, for the past 5 years, Trevor Lawrence, what do you and look, I this is my first time watching that. And I talked to you earlier, we didn't want to get into it because
correct, because we want to show content, correct.
But what I said, what I think the exact words that I said was up and down, like or a roller coaster. I'm pretty sure it was up and down, and I was like, did he state anything that wasn't facts? Because I want to like it's different if he lied if he just lied on him, then I'll be like, okay, whatever. Because Chris Canty can just say sometimes he can just say whatever, and he's on ESPN, so it doesn't matter. Like, you know what I'm saying? Nobody's really going to check him. His co-hosts aren't going to check him. They're just going to, yeah, whatever. Like, but he didn't lie there.
No, but you can tell the truth and it not be an accurate portrayal.
And if you would have said Trevor Lawrence's play has been up and down,
I feel like that's what he said.
Well, he's saying the career. He answered the question like the Trevor Lawrence experience. It's essentially, what has the Trevor Lawrence experience been? And it has been a roller coaster. You're the number 1 overall pick. You start off. You get drafted, and Urban Meyer is your head coach. Urban Meyer, who came out of retirement to coach a Jacksonville Jaguar team that's going to be led by him and Trevor Lawrence.
And to kick your kicker.
But I'm saying, but look, it's going up, and then you get the little downs, and then it's going up a little bit, but then it's like and then the coach stays back in Cincinnati, and then it's like going down, and then y'all end up winning without him. It goes up a little bit, like you get your first win, and the whole first season is just whatever.
Yeah, against Miami. Yeah.
Your second season, it's like, but then that bitch go all the way up, and then the ride on the way down, Kansas City, you lose and then whatever.
Yeah, I mean, you lost to the Super Bowl champion. Like, let's be real. Like, you lost to the Super Bowl champion. Like,
but then the whole next year, you started off like, hey, but then that bit was down it was down.
But that didn't start until the Cincinnati injury.
Yeah, but it was down.
8-3, win that game, and you're the number 1.
Yeah, you do. But
in the AFC.
We've talked about it. This is a recorded line, and it's live to all the people.
Correct.
That 8-3 start.
Yeah, defense was going. Right.
The 8-3 start was up and down.
Mm-hmm.
We just so happened to get out on the good side.
On the win side, yeah.
We happened to get out on the ball bounced our way.
No, I agree. I agree with that part.
But then you go into the next season. What happens?
First of all, blame the black guy happened.
Yeah, blame the black guy, So
now the defense isn't even good enough to bail you out.
Yeah. So now it's a
for a clunk, and you dubbed it a clunky offense. And it's not clunky because of Trevor.
No.
It's not. It's like, let's be real. It's not clunky because of Trevor. Like, Trevor isn't the reason why this offense isn't going.
And look, what we have to realize is that, and we realize it, but sometimes we don't think about it when he don't watch Trevor. He don't watch Jaguar football. I 100% fact. He'll tell you, man, I'm not watching the game. Like, the people tell you, like, you have to listen to them when they tell you what they like, that they're not watching Jaguar games, so they're not informed. They're just going off of fodder or how they feel. They're not even doing the due diligence of watching what's going on.
But that's the problem.
And if you're watching, you just watched last year. You didn't watch the year before that. You didn't watch the year before that. You didn't watch the year before that.
That's the problem.
He's elevating, but they don't know that, so they can't tell you that he has elevated garbage. He has elevated. He has done.
I mean, you can look at the roster. How many out of everybody? Okay, look, I'm gonna start naming guys and tell me if they're on another team.
Hold on. The thing is, I know if they are or not, but I really don't care. Do you think Chris Canty knows any of those people? He doesn't.
Bro, he gets paid. He gets paid to talk about the sport.
Yes, but he doesn't.
Way more than we do.
Yeah, but he doesn't. But he doesn't. It's the Jags, bro. Every team can't. They don't. That's unfair. That's unfair for you to for these people who are on ESPN. Like they can't, bro. They can't know everything about every single team. Problem is, only certain people are like Mina Kimes watched the Jags, but I would have loved for her to have watched the Jags previous to last year. Like Kyle Brandt, when he talks about the Jags, I listen and I let him and I usually be okay with what he says because he has always fought with the Jags. Like we're not his team. I think he's Chicago, right, or something like that. But
I don't know what Kyle's team is, to be honest with you.
But even from 2017 to now, he's always when we look good. He's like, hey, I'm watching. He's telling you about stuff about the team. Like he's telling you about these games and how we won games, and that's a good advocate to have because he's been there. Like I respect that because he's been there for a while. Like I said, I think he gives all teams that are trying to raise up their interest in stories. So you're going to do your research on them. But most people,
even he came out. Kyle Brandt.
He's a journalist. So Chris Canty's not a journalist. He's a former athlete.
I understand that. I
don't expect due diligence.
But you should. If you're doing the job, you should expect that.
Oh, he is not a journalist. I expect him to do it.
Bro. Give him an out, bro. Give him an out. No, give him an out, bro.
I expect him to do exactly what he does: is skim the surface or look what Google does, bro. I don't respect him as a journalist. He doesn't give you anything in depth. Like that shit is trash, bro. I'm not saying anything good about him. I'm just saying, to me, I don't think he said anything like super disrespectful for the roller coaster because I just demonstrated what roller coaster the Trevor Lawrence experience has been a roller coaster. Trevor Lawrence himself, I think, has been to me a top 10, a top 15, a top 10 quarterback for 4 out of his 5 years in the NFL.
I want to read this comment real quick, and then I'm going to make a statement. Mile High Jag is basically talking about the sentiment that I had. They try and make it seem like Trevor be getting some of these coaches fired due to his inconsistency. That's how it came across to me. Now, if you didn't take it that way, cool. But I want to make a statement. Appreciate that, Mile High. My statement is they talk about Trevor Lawrence needs to be more consistent. Even we have said on this podcast, look, bro, I just want Trevor Lawrence to be consistent. I want him to be a closer. I want him to have that killer instinct. We have said all of those statements, right? But we've also said, at what point do you put the consistency onus on his supporting cast? And something I said to Jason on that Duval Dive pod was, look, hey, we can keep it in the Texans, and we can go even closer in the past. Just look at last year. Trevor Lawrence makes the pass to get us in field goal range. Now, does that mean that we would have won the game? No, because we still got to run out there and we still got to kick the ball, right? But after he makes the play, flag on the field, illegal hands to the face, backs us up. The very next play, he gets like sacked, stripped, fumbled, and returned for a touchdown. And now the narrative is Trevor Lawrence isn't clutch. Trevor Lawrence folds under pressure. Trevor Lawrence cannot win you a game. We know that's not true as Jaguar fans, but that is fuel for narratives of the roller coaster and how they're able to manipulate it to make it sound like, well, it's a Trevor Lawrence problem. I've said it so many times, bro.
Look, I want to be
good QBs don't ruin bad franchises. Bad franchises ruin good QBs. This is just what it is.
I want to hear exactly what was said again.
D. Curry even asked. D. Curry even asked. Shout out D. Curry. He says, "Man, we ain't looking for no pity. Fuck them people." Straight up. Straight like that.
We're not going to see that level of increase because you can't have that level of increase this year. But some would say getting from 13 wins to 14 or 15 wins may be even harder in the next year. But
Chase says he agrees with you,
Trevor
Jay.
Lawrence has been the full-time starting quarterback for the Jacksonville Jaguars for 5 years. Chris Canty, Trevor Lawrence's career thus far has been
a roller coaster. We're talking about him being on his third coach and going into his 5th season. So, I mean, like, yeah, you're a little bit concerned about him being able to stabilize and be more consistent, right? The best quarterbacks in this league are guys that are reliable, guys that can elevate the talent base around them on a game-to-game, year-to-year level. And that has not been Trevor Lawrence. Now, with Liam Cohen in town, he's checked the box.
What did you say? What did he say?
But the thing is,
Trevor hasn't elevated the garbage that's been around him. But the garbage is still garbage. That's not what he just said.
He has elevated players. But he said he has to elevate the talent on a day-to-day, game-to-game basis. Now, because guess what? Like, when you say elevate, when people say elevate talent, it's what he does, but they wanted to look like Tom Brady. They wanted to look like all of these things.
Tom Brady doesn't lead the league in drops since he's been in the NFL. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like damn. So Trevor's supposed to hype the ball to himself, drop back, pass it, run the ball, catch the ball, kick the field goals, play defense. What are we talking about here? That's all I'm saying is what are we really talking about? To say that he has to consistently elevate, bro. You can't elevate shit that won't go up. Like, let's just be real, bro. Again, DJ Chark not in the league. LaVista Chenault not in the league.
Bro, I think what he was trying to get at is,
man,
there are inconsistencies all around him, which could cause inconsistencies in your career. And he said because like I said, he was on his 3rd head coach going into his 5th year.
But it's the inference of how he's saying it. Like it's Trevor's fault that he's on his 3rd head coach. Like he got 2 other head coaches fired, and that's not true.
No, I'm not taking that from that. I'm taking that. Yes, any quarterback who in going into his 5th year is on his 3rd head coach. If it was football, if this was basketball, you're a star basketball player, there is a lot of inconsistencies and ineptness around you. There's a lot of people who aren't good at their jobs around you when that's happening. And he had to me where the only thing that he said wrong was to steady and elevate the organization, because that's exactly what he has done. But
3 out of 5 years winning seasons, 2 AFC South titles.
Yeah.
Like what are we talking about?
Okay, but
it's just unnecessary slander. It's unnecessary slander on Trevor, bro.
Oh,
like,
you're taking people.
I'm not taking it. I'm listening to what he said. I'm not just imagining the shit.
And from the exact words that he said, you're feeling a way that you're because you don't have.
So now it's my fault.
Oh my God! Or victim. I don't. But you gotta fucking victimize it out of being a victim again, bro. The nigga, he literally said he didn't say anything that wasn't true. There has been inconsistencies. Like like the words that he said were the words. Like they
The
wasn't.
words are true, but the way he's saying it is slanderish, is my point. Chase says, damn, did he say something different the first time? Back on Jimbo's side, that was a slight. Thank you, Chase. I appreciate you, brother.
Yeah, I think people could feel that way, but I'm not. But the thing is, and like I said, as a person who knows that he don't know what the fuck he talking about when it comes to the Jaguars,
then you shouldn't be talking. That's how I feel. If you don't know what the fuck you're talking about, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up, bro. If you don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
But I know he doesn't. But I know he doesn't. So what I'm saying is, I don't even. When I see that, it's like, oh, I know you ain't watched it. I know you haven't watched the Jaguars. I don't respect your opinion. I'm not going to get mad about it because why the fuck else would you watch the Jaguars? I'm the crazy person who watched every single Jaguars game for the last 20-something years of my fucking life. I don't expect you to know that.
Man, I'm just saying they'll talk this bullshit about Trevor, but you're not. But you're glazing Joe Burrow. You're glazing Justin Herbert.
It's not coming, bro. It's not coming, bro. I
just want consistency. They're talking about consistency. I just want consistency. That's all I want, bro. I want consistency. If Trevor does something and Patrick Mahomes does something, it shouldn't be different because it's Patrick Mahomes than it is Trevor.
Bro, wins and losses are the only thing that people give a fuck about.
Okay, now you're right. Now we're speaking the same language.
Guess what? And when if you're winning, your coach don't get fired. So if you want to start getting into what you're inferring or not, if you win games, your coach stays. If you lose games, your coach probably get fucking fired.
Do you need a good coach to win games?
I don't give a. Regardless, this is a blanket black and white statement. If you lose football games, your coach will be fired. If you win football games, your coach can get fired if he does something crazy, but it won't have nothing to do with performance. Like, you win football games, your coach doesn't get fired. So at the end of the day, like you said, he's had 3 out of 5 winning seasons, right?
Correct.
And in 2 of those 5 losing seasons, the coaches got fired. So regardless, if you lose games, the coach is probably gonna get fired. Regardless of how
job. Coach has a job to do too, bro.
They never fired a coach. They never played this. Trevor Lawrence, they've never fired a coach after a winning season. They haven't done it. Not in Trevor Lawrence's career.
Bro, you just trying to. I get it.
I'm just saying.
You're right. Listen. The words you are saying are absolutely correct. but again, you're trying to make it so black and white when we know that this isn't black and white. D. Curry says, although Trevor has to work on being consistent, so does everyone around him. Mainly catch the fucking ball.
Everybody should be doing that.
Everybody. My punter should be catching the ball.
Yeah, man.
Then he turns around
now in the mix with the man and tail.
Then he turns around and says, there ain't a perfect QB in the league that doesn't have to work on something. Thank you, bro.
Hey, bro. I've talked about it time and time again. What does Trevor have to do to change the narrative? He got to keep stacking it up, which is the consistency thing. Like, regardless of how you want the word, he has to stack them up, bro.
I don't disagree with that.
He got to get that win-loss record to he got to get it to pop even, and then you got to get it to
pop.
Positive.
Yes, because right now if you just look at his win-loss total, you're saying, oh, he's not good. Like, if you don't watch any Jaguar games, you don't
context, no
context. You're saying he's not good. Look at him. He's lost weight. He's lost more games than he's won. Now, we said on, I don't know what, a couple podcasts ago, if they go 13-4, he's +1 in the win column. He's over 500 at that point. If they win 12 games, he's at 500 this year. This is the year where the narrative can change.
You win 13 games, you are now a winning quarterback in this league.
Yes. The narrative can change. Mile High Jag says, oh, D. Curry comes back and says, that's right, shut the fuck up. We got Joshua Sue. Shout out Joshua. What's up, bro? He says they make excuses for Herbert year after year, but not Trevor. Sure, I know Herbert lost both offensive tackles last season, but still, they always build Herbert up and Trevor down. And oh, by the way, Trevor is what, 3-0 versus Herbert? Absolutely, bro. Absolutely. Man, y'all are popping off in the country. That's what I'm talking about. Maybe, dog, maybe we just need to tell motherfuckers shut the fuck up more often because they are popping right now. Mr. Switch says 3 Pro Bowlers left. 3 Pro Bowlers left. Jag, and now they're just average players.
That's what people.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I get what you're saying. Absolutely. Christian Kirk hurt. Injury reserve. Evan Ingram. Mind you, these are guys outside of Evan Ingram in his rookie season. These guys had career years with Trevor Lawrence. Let's also not forget that.
And look, and guess what? And you know, Chris Canty, because I swear, because I don't know where the only way he would know who Parker Washington or anybody is for real is if he went to the same school. Like if he went, I don't know where did Chris Canty go to Penn State or something? No, he went to Virginia. So yeah, bro, he wouldn't even know what Parker Washington, who the fuck Parker Washington was. Like you can't say talking about elevate, bro. You don't Parker Washington. You never heard of him? I know you didn't before last year.
Oh, you go hear a lot of them this year.
Yeah,
My High says the kind of good cop, bad cop chemistry y'all got is working well. Appreciate it, dog.
And look,
this is how we really feel. This is how he really feels too.
And look, Justin Herbert. They can talk about Justin Herbert. You know why?
Yeah, he's got a winning record. If we go back to the record,
he's a winning quarterback. He's a
winning quarterback. And poor Justin Herbert because he's in the same division as the Chiefs. Yeah. Poor Justin Herbert. How can he win? Yeah. He's in the division with Patrick Mahomes. The excuses write themselves.
Built-in white guilt. He just like, oh man, oh shucks. What? But it don't matter because at the end of the day, bro, he wins games, bro. If Trevor was 52 and 43, they probably couldn't talk about him like that.
Yeah, man. D says Big Dog put that shit up there tweaking. Then he comes back and says we just got to keep winning. Absolutely. Mile High Jag says one coach got fired because he kicked a player and was messing with a hoe at a club. The other coach got fired because he handed the play calling off to his offensive coordinator and he hated his quarterback.
Offensive coordinator, that's a weird way to say I can't say that word. It's not
Big Marcus says, oh shucks.
You are now in the mix with the man and tail.
Shout out to Big Marcus. Another thing that came out. Look, I'm going to say this real quick. Nick Wright, you are still one of Trevor's biggest defenders. But, bro, you were kind of leaning on the hater side for a little bit, bro. Like, if I go dig in the archives, I can find where you were talking kind of slick about the guy that you named the Prince. But he was on Colin Cowherd's show, and Colin was like the top 2 teams in each division. And in the AFC, I'm just going to run through the AFC part. The AFC, he had the Bills and the Patriots for the AFC East, the Ravens and the Bengals for the AFC North, the Chargers and the Chiefs for the AFC West, and the Texans and the Colts for the AFC South. And he asked Nick, hey, man, what do you think? Is there anything you disagree with? Anything you change? Nick says, AFC East, I agree with you. I think it's the Bills and the Patriots. They're going to be jockeying for that, for the AFC East. He says in the AFC North, the Ravens and the Bengals, he wants to agree with it, but you can't sleep on the Steelers. He feels like Steelers are going to take a step back, but you just can't think that the Steelers won't be in the mix for that. But when he gets to the AFC South, he says, I think you are completely wrong about this. He said, we talk about Ben Johnson in year 2. What about Liam Cohen in year 2? Ben Johnson, by the way, though they did go further in the playoffs, only won 11 games, 11-6. Now, I will put this caveat on there because I'm all about context. I'm just not going to throw out a number and be like, that's an absolute truth. The division of the NFC North was so tough, they had no team under 500. I'm going to say that again. The AFC North was so tough, even like the Vikings, who we thought were bad, they still finished the season at 9-8. So the Bears had an 11-6 record. Everybody else had the 9-8 record. And the Detroit Lions actually finished last in the division, right? But he's saying, you're talking about Ben Johnson in his second year. What about Liam Cohen, the guy who took a 4-13 Jaguar team and made them 13-4? What about Trevor Lawrence, who was 5th in MVP voting? What about this receiving core? What about the fact that Trevor Lawrence and this offense was the best in the league the back half of the season? What about that? In his opinion, it's Jags at number 1 and Texans at number 2. Now, the people in Vegas, they have the Texans over. As pretty much everybody has the Texans over the Jags.
It's fine, bro. We're the under. I don't mind, bro. We're the defending AFC South champs, and we're still the underdogs.
And they were still the underdogs, bro.
I love it.
That is crazy.
I love it, bro. You know what?
MIT is the Army, the Navy, the greatest is Jimmy and Keenan, the ultimate package. Ooh.
It's the ultimate package, bro. We're the defending champs, and we're still the underdogs.
Never could care how you feel. You are now in the midst of the men in teal.
I ain't gonna lie. I kind of want to hijack a little bit like this segment because this is my first time seeing all 3 of these unis. It's not the Jags, but this is also like a Florida Gator podcast too, bro. Like,
yeah, for sure.
But I kind of want to look, bro. Them boys dropped 3. If you haven't seen, they got 3 new unis this year.
Yeah, you talking about the Gators, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I saw it. Devin, what up?
So
said we got to win the division again. Duval.
So you probably saw.
It was the Heisman Trophy, symbolic of being chosen the #1 college football player in the nation.
The retro motherfuckers.
Yeah, that throwback. Fire.
So yeah, them shits is clean. But also, they dropped the I think they're doing all blue.
Mr. Switch says you got to love the hate. Listen, the hate is what's going to motivate this team.
Oh no, this is another orange, blue helmet, orange top, white wheels.
Now, I will say this: when I saw that combination, honestly, the first combination too, the retros, I really felt like Bronco, like they were channeling the Denver Broncos a little bit. Their blue is lighter. That one's hard. I love the all blue uniform, bro. That's probably one of my favorite Gator uniforms. Hold on, Curry. I'm gonna come back to this one real quick.
I don't know how many games we're gonna win, but
bro, that schedule looked tough. I don't really want to get into the Gators like for real right now, but the schedule is tough.
It is tough, but we gonna look clean as hell.
Yeah, we definitely gonna look clean as hell. Chase says in his Jeezy voice, sure, and I love it. Yes, sir. Big Marcus with the Gator chomps. Gator, biggest Gator I know. Big Marcus. All right, told you I'd get back to this. D says, bro, the Jags are a reflection of us, the city. They don't want us with an NFL team, man. Y'all better do your real research and get acclimated with how the outside world view our city. Yeah, I mean, bro, small market, big dubs. You know what I'm saying? Like Carolina's a small market team. Green Bay is a small market team, but you know what the difference between them and us is? They made it to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Green Bay has won two? One with Favre and one with it. Yeah, Aaron's got a Super Bowl, right? Aaron Rodgers, I'm pretty sure.
Yes, Aaron Rodgers has.
D comes back and says, "Let's go Gators." I don't believe it, dog. But yeah, look, Liam Cohen says it best. The respect ain't coming. We know it's not coming. Yeah, I'm gonna say this, E. Damn right. Fuck the world. Fuck them all, bro. Fuck them all. If you ain't with us, you against us, bro. You feel me? And look, Jay, you know me. I really don't care if the media doesn't talk about the Jaguars. Like, that's not my problem. I could care less if you don't talk about us. But when you do things in a way that infers that we're inferior, or you do things in a way that just makes it seem like a guy who's honestly the best quarterback, talent-wise, this franchise has ever seen, and try to make him seem lesser than, because I guarantee you, like, if he was at the Jets or if he was at the Cowboys, or if he was in San Fran, well, if he was in San Fran, he would have won Super Bowl. Like, let's just be real. If he was in San Fran, he would have been won a Super Bowl. But if he was on one of those teams, like, the media would treat him more in line with Justin Herbert or a Joe Burrow. You know, like, to me, I think it's hilarious that Justin Herbert is still considered a top 3 quarterback when
As you win football game and don't, bro. We just talked about it.
No. But I'm saying, but how can you be top 3 and you're hardly ever on the field? And you're top 3, but you haven't been to the playoffs since 2022. It's 2026, bro. What are we talking about?
Because you're winning 11 games every year.
No, he's not winning 11 games. He's not even playing 11 games. How can he win 11 games if he's not even playing 11 games?
Oh, he went 11-5. He went 11-5 last year, after going 11-6 the year before. Justin Herbert.
No, he. Oh, I'm talking about Joe. I'm currently talking about Joe Burrow.
Oh, well, people. I mean, they're not talking. I mean, people are like talking about it. Like, they're just hoping that he plays, that he's healthy. That's
and then and look what D just said. Justin Herbert never even won a playoff game.
Yeah, that's fine.
Never even won a playoff game, bro. I'm just saying the glaze. Look, if you want to say in the regular season this guy is a really, really good quarterback, and the only reason why he can't win the division is because he's in the division with Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs, and they're a juggernaut in the league. They've been to, God, how many Super Bowls have they been to? 7? 6? He's won 3 of them.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, it's okay. I get that, but let's be real. That's all I'm saying is let's be real. You have a large enough sample size of Justin Herbert.
Hey, they're telling you level of competition. They're saying, hey, Justin Herbert has to compete against Patrick Mahomes twice a year, and in the AFC South, what are the quarterbacks that are? What is, like? What's the? I'm just saying, like, that is a degree of difficulty, bro. Patrick Mahomes is one of the GOATs. Him, Andy Reid, that's a tough.
But it's not the excuse. Like, you still, so because you play in the division with Patrick Mahomes, like, then we should just never expect you to win a Super Bowl. We should never expect you to be able to take if you're as talented as, and listen, I do think Justin Herbert is talented.
You don't expect you to win a division every year. You got to get in. I don't expect you to win the division every year because you're in the same division as Patrick Mahomes. You expect Patrick Mahomes to win the division. Go get in the way you got to. Look, you got to go. The only way you go.
Bo been in the league 2 years. Bo did it. Year 2.
Yeah, but we saw what happened to the Chiefs this year.
And I also think that's crazy.
Grabs and they didn't take it. And look, it was up for grabs and they didn't take it. Denver took it.
So okay, so again. Okay, so now Patrick Mahomes isn't the excuse.
It shouldn't be. It shouldn't be anymore. That's what I'm saying. It shouldn't be anymore. Previously, yes, that should have been the excuse. Last year is not the excuse. Y'all should have went. You went 11-5, but like you said, he was hurt. He went back and won a game. I think he was 10-5 when he left out, and he came back and won a game as a starter. But you know what I'm saying? Like it was but he didn't play the entire season.
But Patrick didn't get hurt until like what, week 13, week 14.
Well, Herbert didn't get hurt until late too. That's what I'm saying. It was like week 15 or 16 where Herbert got hurt. Because he only missed like a game. Well, he played 15. I think he played 15 out of 17.
But I'm just saying the same when they lose or when they're okay. I won't say when they lose, but when they're not winning, the conversation is, oh, he doesn't have this. I'm gonna tell you, like his O-line. Oh, he lost his 2 right tackles. Okay, cool, but he hasn't always been without 2 decent. I'm sorry, I said 2 right tackles, but he lost his 2 tackles. He lost his left and his right starting tackle.
Like, bro, we know he
Justin has had. If Trevor had the weapons that Justin Herbert had, Trevor would have had a sniff to Super Bowl right now.
Hey, bro, but
that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. And again, Trevor can't help who the team brings in around him for the most part. You feel me? And listen, the Jaguars are picking number 1 for a reason. Because we fucking sucked. You know what I'm saying? So he's already coming into a bad situation. But then it takes you saw what happens when, okay, if I just get some competent coaching around him, we can probably do something, right? And all I need you guys to do is step up and don't make me make all the plays. And when the team steps up around him, they win a lot more games. And I think that's anybody. Bro, I've seen Patrick Mahomes play like dog shit and his defense carry him. And Patrick Mahomes gets super glazed over it. And I'm looking like, well, damn, if that was Trevor, perfect example, going back to Nick Wright, if I go back to the in the archive, that first game against the Texans, he's basically like, well, yeah, they won, but not because of Trevor. They didn't win because of Trevor. That team, bro, it's a team. This is the ultimate team sport. Like, I don't give a fuck. Matter of fact, there's an old saying that goes back years and years and years and years before I ever started watching football or even playing football. There's a saying that says defense wins championships. The saying doesn't say quarterbacks win championships. It doesn't say offensive lines win championship. It says a totally different side of the ball wins championships. So look, again, let's go back to last year. Trevor goes down twice in the 4th quarter and scores go-ahead touchdowns. Defense, you can't get a stop one time? You can't stop Josh Allen one time?
Nope.
You stop Josh Allen one time, we're in the divisional round. We probably go all the way. I'm not going to say we will, but I feel like we're the best team in the AFC at the time.
Unfortunately,
and now we have to prove it all over again.
Unfortunately, if you're the quarterback, it don't matter. Like they're not going, bro. We talked about it. They treat Trevor Lawrence like he is a black quarterback.
Black quarterback, yes, sir. 100%.
This is what we know already, bro. I can't even look at it in any other eyes as same thing I do for Lamar Jackson. Your black ass better win. You better win football games. You better go out there and be spectacular every game and go win football games so you can try to be the MVP of the league. So people can try to say, hey, we're justified in doing this because people talk so crazy about you. when you don't do it exactly how they want you to do it.
Right. Him and Jalen Hurts.
Like, it's crazy.
Jalen Hurts, Jalen's been to what, 2 Super Bowls? One. He's been to 2, won 1. Like, I don't know, bro. I just the disrespect. And look, when it's them, they put the same thing with Trevor. When it's those guys too, they put it on the team. Definitely Jalen Hurts. Now Lamar as an individual quarterback, he will get more love, as in like he's the reason why they win games. But like a guy like Jalen Hurts, bro, they're always, oh, look at his running back, look at his offensive line, look at his defense, got the best defense in the league. You know, same thing CJ Stroud, bro. You know, CJ Stroud has been going downhill since his rookie year. They are living off a dream and a prayer of CJ Stroud's rookie year, and the fact that they have a top 3, if not the best defense, again, until the ball is snapped in 2026, best defense in the league. That's what you're living off of, and you're giving him the flowers and the glory because every year they get bounced in the divisional round. But at least they made it. At least they made it to the second round of the playoffs. That's what you're basically saying. Every year, CJ Stroud has been the quarterback. This goes back to that Chris Canty shit where you could say something that's factually true, but it not actually being, but it's actually disingenuous when you say, well, ever since CJ Stroud's been in the league, he's made it to the playoffs and he's won a playoff game. He's not the reason they're winning these playoff games. His fucking defense is. But, and you can't tell me that you're not watching the games.
But a win is a win, and it goes into the. They're not here for revisionist history, dog. They're looking at numbers, and that's what it is. Unless you did something spectacular, like the thing they can talk about is, man, Trevor Lawrence, man, his first ever playoff game. He threw 4 interceptions, but then he also threw 4 touchdowns, and he won.
He won, and his defense didn't get 1 takeaway. Yeah, but his defense bunkered down. They got stops. The ball was punted, and the offense went back in there, and they walked that shit down. Now, why couldn't you do that? Listen, we didn't have to walk no shit down. We had already took the lead twice. We didn't have to do that. Defense, why couldn't you get a stop right there? Ultimate team sport. I just think is, again, I'm going to use the word disingenuous.
Quarterbacks get all the glory, but they also get all the blame, bro.
I feel you. But there's levels to this shit. There's levels to this shit when we're talking about distributing the blame game, especially to the quarterbacks.
Yeah, but quarterback, it don't matter. You signed. I'm put it to you like this. This is what Trevor Lawrence signed up for. You're the quarterback. For people who are quarterbacks and people who have always been quarterbacks, a good quarterback has to already know that, guess what? All the blame is going to be placed on me. Regardless of what happens, the blame is going to get placed on me. The glory is gonna get placed on me too. The money for shit show gonna get placed on me. But with all that good stuff comes, the blame is gonna come. They're gonna blame me for it, regardless of what happens. But he's prepared for that, and I think he's so prepared for that is when it's time for them to change. He's not going to have to say those people are going to know that they can't even come and talk to him about it. They can't come and ask him no questions about nothing. And he'll still be humble enough to talk to these people when he knows that they've been talking crazy about him. Like, bro, it's all going to be so sweet, bro.
Just got to win. Flareon in the building. Duval. Says he's sick of the Steezy slander. Robert, better late than never. Duval, let's go, bro. says Newsom was sucking Allen off at halftime. What? What does that mean? You talking about Greg Newsom? Bro, Robert be a wild boy, bro. D says, exactly. I done had that argument so many times. Says, yo, CJ, cutting your hair ain't gonna change nothing. You been falling off. Hey, CJ walked in the camp with a dad bod. He looked like he been on the couch eating cheese puffs all off season, dog.
Hanging out. So we're not doing no football.
It says, Devin says they didn't have Travis Hunter and Jordan Lewis against Buffalo on defense. That's true. That's true.
The team just got it, bro. They're gonna perform better, man. It's simple, dog.
Yeah. I'm gonna ask you this, bro, and we done really ran over. And this is just kind of a side thing. We don't have to spend a lot of time on it. But do you think that Russell Wilson, talk about treating guys like black quarterback, do you think Russell Wilson played himself out of a Hall of Fame conversation?
I mean,
I know, dog. It was a very impromptu question.
I mean, no, maybe, but I mean, winning, he might not have been Hall of Fame anyway. Like, I understand he won a Super Bowl, but
Been to two.
But you've been to two. But if you win those back-to-back Super Bowls, that's, I think, what gets you into the Hall of Fame. Ain't nothing that can change it. But I don't know Russell Wilson is a Hall of Famer.
I got you. I would say before the New York Giants and the Steelers stints.
That defense was so fucking good, bro. And I disagree. I disagree with this. Eli
was the comeback kid. He had the most comebacks. He was clutch. Yeah, he was clutch. And you beat the GOAT. And you beat Tom Brady twice.
You got to do it, bro. I don't give a fuck. You got to do it. You have 2 Super Bowl victories, and people.
And you had him before your brother.
Bro,
and he had 2 of them before.
Yeah, remember what we're talking about here. This is Tom Brady and Bill Belichick. Like, this ain't just Tom Brady or Bill. This is
Randy Moss. Don't forget, one of those, Randy Moss was on that team. And I want to say that was like they beat them when they were on their way to an undefeated season.
That's superstar shit, bro. Your team went 9-8. Your team
9-8. Yep.
9-8. Well, not 9-8.
No, 8-8. It had to be like 8-8.
No, they went 9-6 or
9-7.
They went 9-7.
Okay.
They went 9-7, and you won the Super Bowl. Fire defense, but as a quarterback, as the leader at the end of the day, we talk about quarterback, leader of the team.
Yeah.
You gonna get that glory, bro. You wasn't out there like no slouch. You was putting up numbers throughout the league, and you was putting up numbers throughout the playoffs on championship runs.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care if you only went to. I don't care. You could have only went to the playoffs 2 times in his life. But if both of those runs ended in Super Bowl victories, I don't know, bro. I don't know what we're talking about here. That sucks. You can call me a loser all you want. I can have a losing record. If I played in 15 seasons, 13 of them were losing seasons, but them 2 seasons that weren't losing seasons, we won the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
That you could tell me.
Now you're not a first ballot Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
In a case like that. But how many people have multiple Super Bowl rings at quarterback? And it's not that many.
The only way I think you can even get that is especially if they were back to back. Like, let's say you had 10 bad seasons, and in the year 11 and 12, you won the Super Bowl back to back. that means you was balling for 2 years. You was showing out, and I think just getting back-to-back Super Bowls probably get you in as the quarterback. But that would be a rare situation. You know what I'm saying? That's
So if Sam Darnold repeats with the Seahawks,
yeah, bro. Yeah.
that's gonna be a crazy conversation.
Any
That's gonna be
quarterback, I think any
Yeah.
quarterback, shit, any team that wins back-to-back Super Bowls is having there's at least one Hall of Famer going to be on that team. It got to be.
But I'm just saying, do you think that would allow Sam Darnold to be in the conversation? Because not only would that be 2 back-to-back Super Bowls and Super Bowl wins, but also three winning seasons. So his win-loss total is changing too as a starting quarterback.
Yeah.
Right. But man, I ain't go damn Def Con just got on here.
He
finally caught. Hey,
look,
man.
This ain't even a regular day, and
It's not, bro.
It's about over.
And
Definitely appreciate it, my brother.
Yes, sir. Robert said Russ sucked at the Broncos. Let's ride.
Right.
Broncos, let's ride.
You are now in the mix with the man and Teal.
We got Chris Bryan in the chat. Shout out, Chris. I'm pretty sure that's my barber. Did your boy good? You feel me? Yes, sir. He said win, lose, or maybe. Yeah, bro. It is what it is. But I'll tell you what it really, really is. That's your host, Agent J, and y'all rocking with your boy J to the I to the M-B-O.
Oh.
Appreciate y'all joining us, but we are out of here.